Back in season 1, there was one player who absolutely destroyed us. Now, he's an Aberdeen player. Welcome back to the Sir Alex Ferguson Aberdeen Challenge here on Super Sammy Plays. Last season, we came closer than ever to achieving our goal and recreating Sir Alex Ferguson's amazing achievement with Aberdeen of winning the UEFA Champions League. But after a disappointing performance across 2 legs in the semi-final, our young side crumbled, and with it, our dream. This transfer window, we're making sure we're not only bringing in quality, but experience too. All whilst trying to fend off offers for our key players from Europe's biggest clubs. So, who's coming, who's going, and can we build a squad capable of going all the way this season? Let's get into it and find out. And we're going to be starting with a load of offers and people chasing our players. This is going to be the theme of the episode, so prepare yourself as Real Madrid make an offer for Michael Funk of 19 million. And we were getting offers of like 50 million for him at this time last season. So that swiftly got, well, not rejected. I actually said, give me 80 mil and you can have him. And we'll see what they come back with. We did get a 9 million offer for Jimenez, which I did accept. Obviously, we're not playing with wing back, so it'd be silly to keep him round at the club. And then we got another load of offers for Michael Funk, and I went through every single one of them and said 80 million, and he's your man. All three, some obviously big clubs there in Manchester United, Bayern Munich and Real Madrid, all interested. We do have Al Hilal also making an offer for Urena. This guy has been wanted pretty much every season since we bought him. And I think we only paid about 600 or 850k or something for him. So, yeah, I thought with all the signings that we've made and Diakate obviously coming in on a free last season, I said basically 45 million and you can have him. And they weren't willing to do that. So he'll still be an Aberdeen player until somebody does offer 45 million. We do also get another offer from Hoffenheim. They are back again, offering for all of our players. And 9 million is the number for Martin Jimenez, which they gladly accepted. And then after I just mentioned about Diakate coming in on a free last summer, we did then get an offer for him from Man United. And after a bit of back and forth, I was actually willing to sell him. And we did end up settling on a price of 60 million. So not bad profit for somebody that we signed on a free last year, providing that he goes. We then got another offer for Urena, this time from Bayern Munich. And I told them what I told Al Hilal. 45 million and you can have him. And they actually accepted. So it looks like Urena will be on his way at the club as well. So we'll see what happens there. And Al Ittihad chasing Funk as well as everybody else. Real Madrid with another offer of 36 million for Michael Funk, which got rejected. Al Ittihad then coming in for Sato, and I tried to negotiate this one up to 30 million. I was going to be willing to let him go if they basically gave us the money that we wanted, and they unfortunately weren't. So I've got no issue with him staying, but he certainly has an issue with me rejecting them, as obviously it would be a bumper payday, and not the ideal start to the season, annoying all of the players, but it is what it is. I can't offer him what he wants, but they couldn't offer what I wanted in terms of a transfer fee. So unfortunately, until they do offer, he's just going to have to deal with it. We do then get another load of offers for Michael Funk, none of them anywhere near what we actually value him at, so they all get swiftly rejected. And then our first sale of the episode does go through as Diakate is going to be joining Man United for 60 million. Like I say, we did sign him on a free transfer, so that is 60 million pure profit. We have also agreed to sell Urena to Bayern Munich, so that is another 45 million coming in. So that is 105 million coming in from 2 player sales. And we have also agreed for Jimenez to leave the club for another 9 million. So we're doing pretty well in terms of bringing in some funds to reinvigorate this squad, basically. Bring some new faces in, bring a bit more experience in, and make sure we're ready to go again for next season. And I thought I would actually show you the transfer history to show you the profit that we've actually made on each of these players, because it is quite substantial. As you can see from the bottom 3 players there, 60 million pure profit for Diakate, 44 million profit for Urena, so it was around about a million or just under for him. And Martin Jimenez, we paid, I think it was about 1.5, 1.6 million, so it's another 7 million profit for him. So 112 million profit or something is pretty good going. We then got an offer of 45 million for one of our stars of the season, which is Canazon from PSG. Pretty embarrassing offer from them. We actually paid around that for him last season. And in terms of incomings, we have managed to sign somebody else on a free transfer. And yeah, if you play Football Manager regular and like signing Wonder Kids, you will certainly be aware of this guy, Konstantinos Kretsas. The Greek man is available on a free transfer after leaving Chelsea, and he will certainly provide some quality to our attacking midfield slots, which you will see in a little bit from the tactic change, that we will be needing some more cover there and some more options. So he's certainly going to be a great option for us going forward this season. We did then get another offer, this time from Inter Milan for Canazon of 61 million, which got swiftly rejected. And you might remember this man, Gabriel Carvalho. Well, he was available on a free transfer last season. We didn't sign him, but Hoffenheim did. Shock, shock. They seem to be going for all of our players and our ex-players as well, apparently. But yeah, he is wanted by Barcelona, which is quite interesting. So it'd be funny to see if it actually ends up there. Obviously, we sold him a few years ago now just for 15 million, and he ended up leaving on a free. So I'm not sure how these Saudi clubs actually make money, but yeah, we do get another offer for Sato, and I again said I want 30 million, and they actually offered it with 8 million up front and 22 million in clauses, which I weren't willing to accept. We need that money now if we are to make this dream a reality. So that also got rejected. But back to Michael Funk, and it was Bayern Munich coming back in for him with a £59 million offer, which swiftly got rejected. And then Al Qadsia, is it? Or Quasa, we'll call him Al Quasadia. Al Quasadia coming in for our model citizen, Andreas Hernandez. And yeah, he was one of the players that I'm going to sacrifice this season. We did only pay £1.5 million, and we've negotiated up to 10 million, which is still a little bit less than I expected. I kind of thought we'd maybe get 20 million for him. But yeah, he's somebody that's going to be sacrificed, as I wanted to get more experience into the squad, and him being one of the younger players, I decided to let him go. Along with this guy, Andrea Prenkpolage. If you've been watching the series for a while, you know we signed him quite a few years ago now, and he just hasn't quite developed as much as we'd have liked into the player we'd have liked. So we do end up accepting an offer of £10.5 million for him, and that is quickly done, and he is leaving the club along with Andreas Hernandez. So that is another £20 million coming into the club. And after Hernandez is gone, Bayern Munich can come back in with another offer for Michael Funk, this time of 80 million. And I did say, if you offered this much, you could have him. But I actually changed my mind and I rejected it. And they came back in with another offer of 85 million. And I've also rejected that too. I can't bring myself to let him go. He has, he's certainly developed really well. And he's somebody that I'm looking forward to keeping at the club and finishing this save with. He's got a little bit of a soft spot for him. And if you have been watching this series since the start, you will certainly know about this man, Alisson. We have signed him for 42 million from Liverpool. He's actually one of the players that just absolutely cooked us in the semi-final recently against Liverpool. Sorry, 44 million, not 42. And yeah, he was somebody we've kept an eye on since the very first season. Episode 1, actually, he scored 4 goals against us for Shakhtar Donetsk in our Europa League qualifying campaign. So he's somebody we kept an eye on since then. We actually could have signed him on a free transfer last season and had decided against it. And yeah, we've ended up spending 44 million on him this year. But I am looking forward to seeing what he can do. Certainly a bit more experience on that right-hand side. And with him signing, Canazon has matched the highest earner clause, which is one of the things that we had to do to get him into the club. So I'm totally fine with that. And yeah, we have had another offer for Canazon, this time from Inter Milan again, 82 million, but also swiftly rejected. And I forgot to click on Alisson to show you his attributes after I just signed him. So here is a little look at what he was looking like at Liverpool, which is obviously going to be the same for us. We have also signed another option in defensive midfield. He's a 23-year-old Argentinian who also I forgot to click on after we just signed him. So these are his stats from his previous club, but he looks pretty decent. He'll provide a bit of backup and another option in that defensive midfield slot. And Hoffenheim weren't done offering for our players, as they came in with a £30 million offer for Pedro Silva, which also got rejected. I did just mention I have made a slight tweak to the tactics, and it is very similar to what we actually ran last season. But we have dropped the striker to go for this one. So we have 3 attacking mids and 2 wingers. So I'll be interested to see how we get on with this season. and it is time for our first match as we go away to Hearts at Tynecastle for the first game of the season, and certainly not how we were looking to start it, with Marinowitz going off with an injury inside the opening 2 minutes of the game. And into the 26th minute, we finally see our first real chance as Canazon, going down the right, pulls it back to Alisson, and he marks his debut with a goal with the number 7 shirt. Certainly thought he deserved that one. Favourite number of mine, and I'm looking forward to him being a favourite player of mine as Simone Profundi puts us 2-0 up inside the 50th minute, just inside the second half. And then 5 minutes later, Konstantin Koretsas gets his goal on his debut as well to wrap it up as we go on to win 3-0. So a very good start to the season with a 3-0 win. 2 of our debut players getting goals, but unfortunately Marinowitz is going to be injured for 4 to 7 weeks, so that is certainly a shame for him. Alisson impressing on his debut, which is great for us. Hit the ground running, and he could be a real asset for us this season. And after we just rejected that offer from Hoffenheim, we do get another one of 41 million, which also got rejected. But then it was time for our first home game of the season as we welcome St Mirren in this one, and get off to a great start in the 38th minute with Ofer Levi smashing his volley past the goalkeeper to make it 1-0. And then into the second half, Carlos Alexander skipping over a tackle, finding Profundi, and Alisson gets his second goal in as many games as he makes it 2-0. And then right at the death, 94th minute, Castillo finding Sato, Alisson with the ball through to Semi Kilisoi, and he fires into the back of the net to give us our second 3-0 win. Next up, a chance for some of our youngsters to impress as we go away to Kilmarnock in the League Cup, and you'll see a few unfamiliar faces in this one with Robbie Wilson at the back, Castillo starting again, and Marshall in the attack. But it is one of our OGs who actually gets the first goal as Sato makes it 1-0. And then 4 minutes before half-time, Koretsas with a wonderful ball to Robinson, who scores an absolutely ridiculous first-time chipped volley over the goalkeeper to make it 2. Before Declan Giddens does pull one back for Killy in the 86th minute. You'd think no more than a consolation. But unbelievably, in the 93rd minute, Sebastian Nova, the goalkeeper, is up for the corner and gets Killy back level. And let me tell you, that was probably the worst thing that Kilmarnock could have actually done. As 3 minutes into extra time, Ansu Fati gets on the score sheet to make it 3-2. And then right on the stroke of half-time in extra time, Canazon fires in from range to make it 4. And then in the 111th minute, the corner gets fired back in by Wilson. It deflects straight to Moise Keane, and he makes it 5-2. And then in the 104th minute, Adam finding Canazon, who smashes past the keeper to wrap up a 6-2 victory. And before we get on to the post-match stuff, we are going to be saying goodbye to Martin Wernblad, one of our wonder kid youngsters we signed, actually our best one, to be fair, as he won the European Golden Boy for us. Just £5 million. Feels like an absolute steal for Copenhagen. But we aren't playing with a striker this season. He didn't really play that much last season, and he certainly seems to have... His development seems to have fallen off a cliff. And unfortunately, we just don't have a place for him anymore. So we are going to be selling him, and it is a bit of a sad one because he has been with us for quite some time. It must be 7 or 8 seasons or so. So, yeah, sad to see him go, but we need to let him go to try and bring in a bit more money to try and improve this squad even more. So Aberdeen led by Super Canazon on continuing his great form from last season, which is brilliant to see. And Copenhagen have signed Wernblad, like I just mentioned. And we are going to be signing another centre-back as well to replace Diakate, and somebody that I sign on pretty much every save. Took a bit longer to get him this time. 33 million is going to cost us for Johan Gadou. Somebody you will probably recognise, and yeah, pretty good player. Going to provide us with another option in defence. A bit more experience as well. 26 years old now, as we're obviously quite far into this save. And he does look pretty decent. Still great in the air. An absolute physical beast, and I'll be looking for him to score a lot of goals from corners and see if he can help improve our team going forward. And he's going to be getting his debut in this game against Livingston, starting this one, and Alisson gets us off to a great start in the 4th minute with an absolute unreal solo effort, and one that I definitely wanted to show you again in slow motion as he receives it from Canazon out on the right hand side. Bit of trickery, goes past the fullback. And then just as you think he's maybe going to cross it, he cuts back in on his left foot. shoots into the far corner, beating the goalkeeper, and a brilliant way to start the game. And I think he's actually scored in every game so far. And then he's involved again, playing it between him and Canazun, gets it back, plays it into Profundi, who smashes it into the net in the 45th minute as we go on to win 2-0. And with that victory, we have gone top of the Premiership, which is unsurprising. And Profundi also on form with 4 goals in his last 5 games and 1 assist as well. He's certainly one who's going to benefit from this system, prefers playing in that number 10 role as well. We do apparently have an issue with Michael Funk as he's not been starting enough games, and with all these attacking players all playing so well, especially Marinowicz, who plays out on that left wing, it is certainly going to be difficult to give all these players game time. But obviously, Funk, one of my favourite players, he's going to get a load of game time, and Marinowicz can actually play through the middle as well. So we might have to do a little bit of jiggery pokery to make everyone happy. But in terms of the league table, this is where we're currently sitting. After 3 played, 9 points, obviously. You've seen us win every game so far. We're also on a +8 goal difference, as we actually haven't conceded a goal yet in the league. So, not only have we managed to strengthen the squad, but we've also managed to do it while making a healthy profit too. Alisson is obviously the marquee signing, but don't underestimate Koretsas either. He's already a well-known wonderkid on FM26, and somehow we managed to bring him in on a free transfer. It was definitely sad to see players like Wernblad and Prenkpolage leave the club, but with the tactical change, Wernblad just wasn't going to get any game time, and Prenkpolage unfortunately just hasn't developed into the player that we'd hoped. We've only played 4 games so far, but with a perfect record and a +12 goal difference across them, it's certainly been an encouraging start. The new signings have settled in very quickly, and hopefully that is a sign of things to come. But that is going to do it for this one, and if you've enjoyed it, do me a favour, hit that thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys in the next one.